I think today we should go a bit more exploring. Well, we're gonna have to, because we're gonna need Amethyst, and I don't have any Amethyst as of right now, but we also need to start furthering our progression. Now that we've got our self-replication set up, it's going to make things a little bit easier. Maybe. See, with the replication, much like getting Project E, once we have one of most things, we can then make more of it, just considering if we have enough stuff to burn. For example, I've just been putting ender pearls in here, building up my quantum and my ender, and then I have quite a bit of materials already built up in other things. And for example, I've already added like polished prismarine to this, so that way I can actually just replicate prismarine. And the more of the replicators you have, the faster you can essentially replicate and make these items. So now taking a look at this, things become a whole lot easier once I understand how this actually works. So today we technically need to work our way to getting skulk goo. And it may sound kind of crazy, right? We're gonna have to like fight a wither potentially and many other things. But most of these things, once we've done them, we can actually use replication for, which is kind of blowing my mind. Now, first thing on the agenda is taking a look at the mixer. And I think we have most things to allow us to be able to use this mixer. I do believe though, the mixer has to go on top of our crystal. And I'm hoping at this point, our actual crystal lasers are fixed. Now to make this, we are going to need an abyssal pearl. And I do believe we can actually make an abyssal pearl. That was from all of those abyssal fragments that we got. Oh, this is going to be perfect. Okay, so this is how we're going to use this. We need to make void shimmer goo. To do this, blaze bloom, it looks like, inside of this mixer, with the fluid in the mixer being the polymorphic fluid. So I guess we can go ahead and grab some of that polymorphic fluid, right? I do have plenty of it. Actually, we can go ahead and actually deposit what we have right here. And I can just use a bucket. And I should be able to grab a bit of this, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and grab this. It's going to get consumed. I also need more replication, so might as well get that up and running. But yeah, now that we've got that one bucket, I'm assuming that's really all we need, and we need to actually make the mixer itself. So I'm going to add that to my to-do list. And right now, I'm essentially replicating a bunch of the prismarine shards. So that is now being produced. I'm not producing 2,000. That's just how many we can make. I put a bunch of saplings in here. It's so funny that saplings can just make prismarine. So yeah, I have 60 of them now made in the inventory. Now we're also going to need a regular blaze bloom goo. And it looks like once we get this goo, we can then make more of itself. So it'll be able to spread to itself from the prior version. Very nice. And boop, there we go. We now have ourselves a mixer, and I think all of the ingredients to do this. Well, minus these. We're going to need to definitely grab out all the prismarine. Oh, and by the way, to make travel a little bit easier, you can tell this is a perfectly aligned, because watch this. Bam. We're able to go right into the center now, allowing me to not really need to worry about using our portal gun specifically for this action. Instead, I can use the portal gun to access our Nautec place. This is very good. Also, this stuff is going to be very important very, very soon. So keep this in mind. This does exist here, but I think the way that this is going to work, it does say in the quest book that it needs to have access from the top. So it needs a laser beam accessing it from the top, I do believe. I think that's what it said. So if these are powered, then we know this is going to hopefully work. So I'm going to split this up, and I'm going to put that in there, that in there, that in there, and in there. And still no laser, but it does say it has energy, which is nice. So I'm going to try and do this here, right? I think I can put the fluid in, and then if we put one of these in here, oh, it has an inventory now. Oh, that's so much nicer. It used to be like you had to click it. Oh, having an inventory is so much better now. And there it is. There's the recipe done. Oh, that is so much better to use than it used to be. It used to be way, way harder. Okay. That is beautiful. I love that mixer, by the way. So yes, the laser's still not rendering, but that's besides the point, right? It is going to make it a little bit harder, I think, to do other things with this, but we don't have to really worry about this anymore, because now we've got that complete, and this means we now have ourselves void shimmer, and we can start to upgrade into more. Now, though, things are going to get a little bit harder, because we need to find amethyst, We did find Skulk, but I think we need to also collect Skulk, right? But Skulk also can be replicated. But also don't forget about the mechanics of Skulk, right? You could just use the Dyer's things to bring an animal over here and then kill the animal near the Skulk, and the Skulk should spread. Now, I'm super glad we got this mob farm up and running. Like I said, we're gonna need ender pearls. And yes, this uses ender pearls, for example, to be able to power on. And we can use this to technically grow. If I go ahead and I turn this off, you can now see that this is spreading. It's also spreading faster. The higher tier you go up in the goo, the faster the actual operation is. And before you know it, there we go. It has now changed and converted this one into the higher tier. Okay, perfect. So we have Ancient Infusion as well, and I think the Echo Skulk, all this also can be replicated. But using the enchanting apparatus that we set up before, a few episodes ago, this is how we're actually gonna be able to do this. So we need to gain access to Skulk, which can also be replicated, and then Amethyst shards, which can also be replicated, Dimensional shards, which can surprisingly be replicated as well, but these can also be crafted. I wonder, there doesn't look like any other way to generate these. Like it looks like we can find them, but interesting. Okay, so with all of that, we just simply need to find Amethyst, which I am dying to find because it unlocks a lot of recipes. Now I'm gonna go out on a whim and I'm gonna say that this over here is possibly an Amethyst thing. Oh wait, no, it's Skystone. I wonder, where do we find it? Are we going to be finding it like in these structures here? I have no idea. I don't think I've found Amethyst anywhere, but in the quest book, it does say that you can locate a budding Amethyst to acquire Amethyst shards. Now we can't just use our compass to be able to find geodes, so I'm assuming it's not a geode we're actually looking for. Geodes are Minecraft features, so they're not actually going to show up like that. But I was looking at this too. This is going to help in our journey. If I just use an ender pearl here and I convert some of these diamonds into Celesti gems, we can actually upgrade our staff to a higher tier staff, the Void Shift Wand. And since we have wireless power in this dimension, this is going to be one of the most powerful ways for us to move around. We can just dash through the water and just no issue whatsoever. We no longer now have to worry about durability on this thing. Okay, if you can't tell just how excited I am about this stuff, I am very excited. Okay, let me just state that one more time. This tool is amazing. There we go. Beautiful. And now we have access to this. Now, by default, you can see this now gives me a new ability to allow me to teleport by right-clicking specifically to where my player is standing. I don't technically like this feature too much. You know, as you can see, I'm like forcing myself to watch myself twerk here. But if I shift right click, I can actually disable this and just go with the Void Air Burst. And thankfully my keybinds, oh nope, looks like my keybinds have to be reassigned. So I'll just right click this and then I will click this again to custom keybind and then set the binding. Ooh, I love that button. And then set to activate from inventory. Now, whenever I close out of this, it can be anywhere in my inventory. I can now just dash around and it just uses power. And since we have our wireless player charger up here, the blazing version that we got for free, which is absolutely amazing, we can just dash everywhere. Like this opens up our movement like significantly and allows us to travel like without any worry whatsoever. So I guess, yeah, now is a good time, I think, to go out and explore and try to use our map to locate some of these structures that are underwater here, and hope that we don't take any damage to the crushing water, as we are going to be pretty deep underwater here. But this is how good the dash is. Oh, this is just going to be so nice. And since we have water breathing, I mean, we can just freely explore, or at least so I hope. We can just freely explore and get away. Oh my goodness. Now stuff like this, like how deep can I actually go? Oh wow, okay. So this is probably not a place I want to be around. Ow. Yeah, judging by what that is, I don't think I'm ready to fight a guardian. But there are other structures like this one, for example. Does this have any amethyst in it? Please? Anyone? No? Just barrels. Okay. I mean, I'll take the barrels. There's a, anything else here I need? There's soul lanterns. Yeah, I don't think this is quite what I'm looking for. There are lodestones, though. What would lodestones be used for? Is there anything in here? No. Wait. Why is there a random flawless budding Certus under here? Okay, that's a thing. Now, I am back up on the surface, and I just wanted to show you something real quick. I do have this ender pouch, and I did get this as a drop from an airdrop, which is kind of nice. And it's already linked to white on our ender chest. And you know what else is linked to our ender chest? Our AE system as of last episode. So I can just simply put these in, and it's going to automatically get imported into my AE system. I'm just going to be very careful. There are some things I don't want to accidentally click in, like, for example, the Void Shift one. That would be really bad. Now, there are a lot of structures. Oh, wow, that's a dead giveaway. Oh, wait, it's just completely open. What? Oh, there's another crystal. Okay, at least I kind of now understand that I might be able to find these a little bit easier in the future. Just look for the shapes on the map that just look like cubes. And that might be one of the Nautec locations. Okay, anyways, there is another place I was after. This over here, it's blue stained glass, or at least is what it says on the map, which is kind of a giveaway that there is another structure down here. And it is like straight this direction. Oh, yes, this is definitely something. Okay, I have no idea what to expect from this. But this is another structure that we have access to. What is this? Tinted ethereal glass. Oh. Okay. I see. I would say I should set my bed, like a bed location, but I'm not too far away from here. And getting back would not be that difficult, I don't think. But I could always sneak out if need be with a quick dash to any side. So... all right, I guess we see what the monster is, and I have my atomic disassembler, so let's do this. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I feel kind of bad now. Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry, Taz. I'm so sorry. Oh man. Oh my god. Okay, that's a big boy. Which means I need to pull out the big guns for this. How many of these things actually spawn? And then, oh! Ow, quit setting me on fire. Okay, run. Just dodge and weave. Run. Oh, he's hitting me with the nasty stuff. I guess I can use my ability, right? So let's get behind him. Oh. These things apparently spawn. This is interesting. Wait, is this guy repairing? Oh, okay. Yep. I'm gonna dodge. Oh, this is good. Oh, nope. Oh, man, I took a lot of damage there. I wonder if this guy has like a phase or something. Like final phases? No way. Okay. It doesn't like that. Oh! Out of the arena I go. Okay, we gotta repair. We gotta heal. Gotta heal. We got this? Okay. I don't know if it's healing passively or anything, but I am not healing very well. I do not have regeneration or anything crazy like that, so... I mean, we're just in base pneumaticraft gear right now. Oof. One more? 40? Okay, he's at 40 health. 31 health. Let's heal. I really could use a ranged weapon right now. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? I'm giving them the pop shots and disappearing. I'm so fast. This is too good. Oh, and we got him. Very, very nice. And, ooh, we got ourselves a little bit of amethyst here for that reward. Okay. I was hoping for an amethyst bud. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's actually perfect. Oh, nice. Okay. So at least we can get amethyst crystals back from this. But it does say in the book that we can use something, we can use a cardboard box to actually pick that up. I believe the cut paste tool could also work. So you could use the cut paste tool to pick it up, or you can use the just dire things, like way of doing it, where you could technically teleport it from here to your base. I still think the cardboard box is pretty easy to do. We do have to get up here though. That is going to be a little bit harder. We also got tree feller upgrades and a whole lot of interesting stuff. Okay. The fact that we got enchanted golden apple, a heart of the sea. Enchanted golden apples were nice. A lot of this stuff I'm probably just going to set to the replicate because we'll always have access to the replication. We won't always have access to a single item here. Now teleporting up here, that's going to be kind of hard. Can I teleport to the chain? Oh, I can. Oh, that's perfect. And then cardboard box. Let's break that so we can collect it and then collect our cardboard box. And that's it. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. All right, we got to head back. We got things to do. And thankfully, to head back, we can just simply use our energized heartstone that we got. This was such a good get. Oh, that's so nice to be able to teleport home. Now, you know what's interesting? We could also use a cardboard box here to collect this and actually just replace it with our budding amethyst, and this now becomes an amethyst farm. Like, no joke, this will accelerate the amethyst. Oh, I did not mean to do that, actually. Yeah, this will literally just become an amethyst, and so I have another flawless in here. And this will just start farming that, or it should. As soon as this grows, it's going to farm it. However, we do have to wait and tell this, hey, only break the solid versions of this. So it's got to wait until it's fully grown before it breaks it. But it should place it into the container. At least I think it will. Now, I think I figured out the issue. This, for some reason, can detect this cluster as farmable always, which is kind of weird, right? I really don't think it feels in parity with the actual Certus. So very, very weird how this works, but we might have a way around this. So I can essentially make this redstone controlled. So if I take this and I use a bus, we could technically shut the network off when we don't want it to run, and then use a redstone signal to turn this system on when there is a Certus ready to be farmed. To do this, I would need something like a toggle bus. So let's grab some cable here, and I am going to extend the cable out and then place a toggle bus. This toggle bus allows me to send redstone to it within this block space right here. And then I can toggle off whether or not this has power. So by default right now, if I put the pane on here, you can see that it is not working, I think. But if I put a lever down here, we should be able to turn the network on, and you can see it's going to start running. So when it receives a signal with this regular toggle bus, there's also an inverted version of it, but when it receives a signal, it will turn this network on, allowing it to actually function. So if we use something like an advanced sensor, which we now have access to, we can control this a little bit more finitely. It's going to be pretty cool, actually. So I can place this this redstone sensor down, which will, or advanced sensor, which will emit a signal in all of the directions of the block. It does need power, however, so I'm going to go ahead and hook this up, and then we can actually define the area we want to detect. So right here is the area we want to detect. So let's go ahead and show the range. Let's move this over, and I think we got to go up one and then back a couple. Okay, so it's now detecting that area. Now there's nothing in the filter right now. We want to set it to allow because we only want it to emit a signal when we have amethyst present, specifically the amethyst cluster. Now there are some items, by the way, that you can filter even more if you go ahead and right click this, and you can also remove the overlay for JEI if you hit Control and O together. That is just kind of important information for things like this. But you can see that we have the other detection methods. We don't have to worry about that today, but just keep in mind there are other blocks that have more advanced detectors. But if we just simply set this to allow and this amethyst, I mean, basically it's already functioning correctly. So now that that is set, it is now actively farming our amethyst correctly. And this is a really simple way of doing this. I just really wish it worked a little bit simpler like the Certus does, but you know what? This is fine. And so yeah, this is a pretty decent way of just passively letting Certus farm up. So now we have a bit of Certus that is farmed up. I still want to get a few things set on our replicator, and we can have 16 things per chip storage. And I mean, it's, what is it? 2, 4, 6, 8. We can have 8 chips. That's a lot of individual items. By the way, just to kind of point this out, we can replicate a lot of really powerful items, right? The enchanted golden apple can be replicated. Yeah, you're not like seeing things. That's exactly what you're seeing. It will consume this enchanted golden apple, and it's actually not that expensive. I mean, it does cost a lot of gold, like it is a very highly precious thing, but we can make them, which, oh, apparently you can also just craft them. Huh, that's not vanilla, right? Well, either way, not to sort of worry. We now have ourselves amethyst, and I'll have access to that always. We can always request more if need be, but this is going to allow us to do some infusion. Now, I do need to get my hands on some sculk, and I'm trying to figure out what would be the best way to do this. Also, I didn't even realize it, but we just got given an elytra. I don't know how, I mean, honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, we did get one. I just realized it was in my inventory. What, like, what? Why? Okay. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. That's ridiculous. Interesting. But I was thinking about like Silk Touch, and an easy way to get this is probably through the scribes table. I will place this down for right now, and we just simply need to make one thing that is a tier 2 spell. And this technically gives us Silk Touch, and it's just an emerald. It's extract. So yes, an emerald will give us the ability to use Silk Touch with our spell book. Even if we don't have like the means of technically like harnessing large quantities of source to be able to use a spell book, you know, efficiently, we can still set up a spell that is Silk Touch. So let's go to our break here. And right now we have projectile, break, and then we have item pickup. But we can actually have, instead of item pickup, we can go ahead and apply the Silk Touch effect. And that Silk Touch effect is actually an augment. So we are augmenting our actual ability or our actual use. And then after that, we can do item pickup. That way it goes into our inventory. You can see though, it starts to get a little bit expensive. I'm hoping that, by the way, this actually works for this next sort of pickup, because I'm unsure. We have a little bit of sculk to play with, to test on. But I want to make sure if I use break on this, oh, thank goodness it actually gives you the sculk. Okay, so there we go. Problem solved. We have easy permanent Silk Touch that's toggleable essentially. I think things are looking up. We're starting to progress really fast now. Okay, now sculk is also replicatable, so I definitely want to make sure that we get this stored on our replication like immediately. Now I already have the quest complete for echo shards because I actually got an echo shard from an airdrop. So you can get these beforehand, and technically I guess it saves us a little bit of time, because we would do the enchanting apparatus method at least one time to be able to get it, but we actually get to bypass it completely, right? Because this also has replication possibilities. So I put this in here, hit it with the replication, and we can now also make echo shards as needed. So now I think at this point, we should just simply focus on this section right here, going straight down this line. And I don't think we're going to be able to fight the Wither today. However, I did notice you can replicate the skulls. So all we have to get is one Wither skull, and then we can just essentially replicate Wither skulls, and they're very cheap. But we can also replicate Nether stars. Now, we are going to need this Enderic compound, and I think we might want to get this started. This is going to be a heavily used compound, it looks like, or component for a lot of the Oritech stuff, specifically the advanced machine cores, which are going to be needed for the higher tier machines that we're about to start making. This is where we're going to have to start worrying about power a bit more. and getting a little bit more power set up per side. And I have an area already designated for these things, but I guess we can get this started, right? By requesting a bit of the skulk. We can do like we can do several of them, right? So I'll do, like, for right now, 256. That way we have some on backlog, and it can do 5 at a time as of right now. But this is just, it's so cool watching this happen. Now, some things while this is working that we should probably get set up is like a pouch, right? We were needing to be able to make a temporal pouch. Like, we should have made one a while ago. I think we can make a temporal pouch. We are needing raw gold. It looks like raw gold clusters potentially. Yeah, this is something that I probably should have done. Oh yeah, don't judge me for this. I'm just doing it by hand so I can get enough clusters to make the 2 blocks of raw gold. Oh yeah. So perfect. My last 2 that I needed for this whole setup. Oh my goodness. All right. So we can turn this into blocks of raw gold. And I guess, yeah, this allows us to convert it into normal gold. But still, that's all we need. There we go. So now we have the pouch because we have Nautilus shells that are coming in. And this will now start to keep track of how much time we put into this pack. Even though I've already put a lot of time into it, this is nice because we can use whatever's remaining here to possibly tick accelerate our replica, or our replicators. And I don't know if we can tick accelerate our sluices, but probably not. Oh, we can't tick accelerate these either. Maybe I just don't have enough time to test this out. But before you know it, this is going to say like 1,500 hours. And yeah, it's just how it is. Oh yeah, we can definitely accelerate these. Look at that. So now there's still one more thing that we need to do after I got all of this sort of pushed out. Perfect. Out of our replicator. We just need to head on over to our weird Oritech area for now. This will look a lot better. And then just place this in the centrifuge. So yeah, this just needs to be centrifuge, and this is going to allow us to make that Enderic compound. I hope I'm saying that right. And this is used, I'm assuming this is like, I don't know, all these recipes look like this would be for HDPE sheets or something. I'm trying to figure out what exactly is this the replacement for, because some of these upgrades, I can't remember the base recipe. Like what did go here? Now that I'm thinking about it, like it wasn't antimatter. Maybe these were all just changed for this. But I mean, we have this now, so technically we can make that suit, but the main priority is definitely getting the advanced machine core from Oritech, as this is what's going to allow us to really move forward. And there we go. We have our first one, spinning skulk. Okay, so beautiful. We are now progressing quite far. Oh man, there is mysterious power within the skulk I found. Let's see what it's made of, shall we? All right, and we've got it crafted up, ready to go. This allows us to get into the lens, which is another thing we have to make with the assembler with some, looks like echo shards and the adamant. Very, very nice. So this is going to be used, I think, to move forward, right? We have a fuel generator. Looks like this gains access to a couple of different things. An exo helmet. Very weird. An Enderic laser. Oh, we're getting into the lasers. Ah, I do know that the lasers from this mod can actually auto farm a bud just like this. So that'll be interesting to see. But of course, this method also farms this really, really well. But we are going to need a different form of that. If I remember correctly, from Oritech down the road. Awesome. So yeah, we're, I guess, leading ourselves into the flux gate because there's the laser beam, right? Okay, this is going to have to be handled in a totally different area. And I think this will allow me to go back to these and actually start to set up Oritech in a much larger space. But that's going to have to wait until next episode, because today we are all out of time. And I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. Hopefully you learned something new, and definitely be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. Also, be sure to check me out over on Discord. Discord link down in the description below, and you can find me on Twitch. I do live stream about 3 to 4 days a week, if not more. It's been a lot more here recently, but definitely be sure to check me out there. Twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect. Like I said, down in the description, you'll find all of those beautiful links. And be sure to subscribe to my second channel, Chosen Live. All of my VODs get pushed there, so if you miss a live stream, you can definitely check it out on there on the nice YouTube form. So much easier to watch on YouTube than it is to watch VODs on Twitch. So definitely check that out as well. And guys, with that being said, it's now time to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that amazing thanks is going to go out to none other than SZY. Thank you so much, by the way, for choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and supporting me in one of the best ways possible. I appreciate you so very much, and thank you so much for the support, getting access to the world, downloads, and actually servers and all kinds of other fun stuff. So definitely check out the Discord if you haven't already. And guys, well, with that, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.